Until recently, US-India relations have been largely transactional. But now the Indian regime, influenced by Brahmanism and guided by the principles of Hindutva, not only contrasts significantly with US values, but are now posing an increasing national security threat to the United States. A recent US Department of Justice indictment alleges that the Indian regime has directly endangered American citizens' lives within the US. The FBI has been prompted to alert several Sikh American leaders regarding threats to their safety. Such intimidatory tactics are typical of India's transnational repression, stretching its influence beyond its borders. India's governance operates under Brahmanism's separate but equal Varna social classification system, with a deeply rooted multi-millennia history of segregating individuals based on birth and caste, dictating choices in employment, housing, education, worship and marital prospects. Hindutva, which translates as Hinduness, champions a vision of a Hindu supremacist India. The RSS stands as the foundational bedrock of this ideology, serving not only as the precursor to the BJP, but also as the guiding force behind numerous other Hindutva-focused groups, including those based in the US. It represents several key elements, including ethno-religious nationalism, which prioritizes the Hindu religion and ethnicity over others. It pursues a homogenization of cultures, promoting a single Hindu cultural narrative at the expense of India's inherent diversity. It's deeply rooted in gender inequality, advocating extremist views that impede women's rights. And for its success, it relies heavily on restrictions on freedoms, by curbing press and academic freedoms, and limiting objective discourse. Of course, these ideologies starkly contrast with the core American values, leading to the Nazification of India. Segments of the Indian diaspora in the US practice caste-based segregation, potentially influenced by these views. Their ties to organisations like the RSS, which some critics equate to the Ku Klux Klan, threaten American society's traditional and pluralistic fabric. Strategically, a cornerstone of the US's Indo-Pacific strategy is the country's partnership with India, seen as a balancing force against China's growing influence. However, recent behavioural shifts suggest India aligns more with the practices of nations like China, Russia and Iran than with the democratic norms America holds dear. US alliances should promote and echo the principles that resemble close partners, such as Canada, which prioritises democratic governance, civil rights and international cooperation. Given the Indian regime's ideological trajectory and its direct security threats on American soil, the US government has an imperative duty to safeguard its citizens from India's transnational repression and ensure that everyone can express and exercise their beliefs without fear. You've been watching Satellite TV News. Don't forget to click on that subscribe button to make sure you get to see stories as they're broadcast. And of course, if you have any comments or opinions on any of our news stories, you can comment below, or indeed drop us a direct message at message@satellitetv.com. We'd like to hear from you. In the meantime, thanks for watching. For Satellite TV News, I'm Angus Scott in London.